Welcome back to DK Champ. I hope all of you were able to use the lineup that I put out yesterday to win your double ups. It won every double up that I put it in. I also put it in some GPPs, and I was about 7 to 10 points off cashing in those, but I did cash in every one of the double ups. So I'm going to share with you my must plays tonight. There's going to be about 5 of those, and then I'm going to show you some of the guys that are iffy that could potentially go off, and you just might need to have them in your lineup. So, first off, my number one pick, I think this guy's got to play tonight, and he's going to be very watched tonight because people want to see how he's going to act when he gets to San Antonio, and I feel like this is going to be an excellent position for him to be in. He's going to be the playmaker on this team, and he's going to have to prove it tonight. And I think he's going to be an excellent pick for he'll be in every single one of my lineups tonight. Next player that I think you have to have is Jokic, and he is expensive, but he's going to produce. It's a guaranteed double-double, and he's probably going to end up with a ton of rebounds in this matchup. So I think he's going to be a must-play tonight. I see him going for 50 points tonight, so make sure he's in your lineups. Next person, now this is not a traditional pick for me. I usually try to stay away from these guys and wait and see how they end up, how they play the first few games before I play them. But after looking at his preseason, I think it's unanimous that he's going to play a ton and he's going to kill it. But Aiden looks like a beast, and I think he's going to tear it up tonight. So I think you need to have him in your lineup. So those are my top 3 guys. I think you got to play them. They're going to be in probably every single one of my lineups. I think all of these guys will go off. So next, I'll show you some of my picks that are questionable. These guys have potential to really do well, but they'll be very low owned. The first one is going to be Mike Conley, and he's going to start. And for 6,500, you just can't go wrong with what he's done in the preseason. I think he's going to come out and just follow suit. And he's had an excellent preseason. So I think he's a good one to have for 6,500. You can't go wrong with having him in your lineup. So my next pick, going back to guard play, is going to be Trae Young. Again, this is questionable. We don't really know how he's going to play, but for the price, I think it's worth a risk. But he will be starting, and he's going to get a ton of minutes. It's going to be, they're going to be dependent on him. So I think you got to play him. And what this leaves me with is not very much in my bank left here. So I'm kind of struggling with that. Another play that you could switch out and try to free up some of this money is going to be to go with Frank Mason. Now, Frank Mason's supposed to start tonight, and he is only, $3,700, and he is going to be starting. So he's going to have some guys rotating in with him, but that frees you up a little bit more to kind of get some of these other guys in. And the forward position, I struggle with the forward position. I'm always pretty good with the guard positions and the centers, but I struggle with the forward position, so I'm not showing anybody for that right now. The one person I'm questioning, somebody that's he's going to be a highly owned guy, I think, but Kevin Love could be a potential person in there that's going to get some minutes tonight, and he's going to have to produce. With LeBron leaving, he's going to be the man, so he's got to step it up. So, there's a lot of really good guard play tonight, and I struggle with some of these forward positions. Looking down the line now, it's going to be hard for me to pick who I like. Lamb has some potential here. I'm just looking down in the price range that I have left. Held is going to get some minutes, but he's not going to start. He's coming off the bench, so, not really sure what Anthony's going to do, moving to Houston. Bagley, he's an excellent player, but I just don't know if they're going to get him in the rotation or not. I'll see if anything new's come up on that. So he has potential to start this game. So I mean that's probably not a bad pick to have. I always like having Young. Um, there's a lot of guys out, so you can probably sneak some people in here. One pick that's probably going to be very highly owned is going to be Tristan Thompson. He's going to be starting tonight, and that leaves us. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make a lineup with you and show you what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go back and get Bagley. All right, so that leaves me one more forward position for 57. And I said I like Lamb, so I think I'm going to roll with Lamb. He should be starting. So I'm going to play him. I like playing the guys from Charlotte, but they're either hit or miss. They either blow it up or they don't do well at all. So this is what I'm going to go with for my first lineup. I'm going to put in several. Like I said, I'm probably going to have Aiden, DeRozan, Conley, Mason. Those guys are probably going to be in the majority of them, and then I'm going to rotate some of these other guys in. But this looks like a pretty good lineup I'm going to roll with. This is going to be a GPP lineup. I think if you're going more so with your cash lineup, you're going to have to move Jokic out of there. He's got to come out because he's so expensive that you're not going to be able to afford him and still get a strong, floor for everybody. So you got to be shooting for getting people that are going to have a strong floor. And I think, Mason, DeRozan, Lamb, not so much Bagley, Tristan Thompson, Aiden, those guys are probably going to be pretty good. You'd have to move around probably Young, Bagley, and Jokic. You'll have to move those guys around and figure out what you can do there for a cash lineup. So I hope this helps. I hope you're able to come up with some good lineups tonight, and I hope that some of these players really show up for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck.